Hey, what is going on with y'all, man? It is Black Balloon, and I'm coming back with another video, so y'all already know what's going on. All right, y'all. Now, I'm not back here to do, like, a complete update on Diddy, right? Because there's so much stuff still coming out, with a bunch of different allegations just recently, which, made me do this video. Supposedly over 100 new accusers have come out or are gonna soon come out in a new lawsuit against Diddy, right? Now, man, I don't think I've ever seen anyone have this many lawsuits placed on them, but I guess, the longevity of his career from the 90s all the way up until now, he's pretty much effed over a bunch of people, a lot of women, a lot of men, and now supposedly some underage minors as well. So real quick, I do want to read this article of the new allegations. He was hit with a wave of 120 new sexual assault allegations. A Texas-based attorney said he's representing more than 100 accusers in a series of new lawsuits he will file against Diddy. Now check this out. I'm doing this video because someone on Instagram sent me a clip from, it was TikTok, right? And it was of the girl Allie Carter, who allegedly is a survivor of these parties at a very young age and also a survivor of trafficking. Some of y'all may have seen her story on TikTok. Some of you may have seen it on YouTube. I was never aware of this lady. And as soon as I heard the story, it's about 6 or 7 minutes long that we're going to play. As soon as I heard it and, looking into her eyes, you could see her telling the truth throughout that clip. I'm not going to say too much. I'm going to wait until we watch it and we're going to talk about everything, right? But it was perfect timing. Now, I was sent the clip, and today, these new allegations come out against Diddy, right? They say the allegations obviously go back more than 20 years, right? Now, this is from the lawyer. We will expose the enablers who enabled this conduct behind closed doors. We will pursue this matter, no matter who the evidence implicates, the lawyer said during a news conference. Many powerful people, many dirty secrets, the lawyer said of the allegations. He added that his team has collected pictures, video, and texts. He also added that the allegations will include violent, sexual assault, or the R word, and facilitated sex with a controlled substance, dissemination of video recordings, and abuse of minors. It's a long list already, but because of the nature of this case, we're going to make sure, damn sure, we are right before we do that. These names will shock you. The lawyer said more than 3,000 individuals have come forward to his office with accusations against Combs and that he plans to begin filing lawsuits in various states within the next 30 days. He added that they will name the other defendants at a later date. Among this new group of accusers, 62% identify as African American, and they hail from more than 25 states, with the majority from New York, California, Georgia, and Florida. He also said that 25 of the accusers were minors at the time of the alleged incidents, some as early as 1991. The lawyer further claimed one of the accusers was as young as 9 years old at the time of their alleged incident. As Mr. Combs' legal team has emphasized, he cannot address every meritless allegation in what has become a reckless media circus. Mr. Combs emphatically and categorically denies as false and defamatory any claim that he sexually abused anyone, including minors. He looks forward to proving his innocence and vindicating himself in a court if and when claims are filed and served, where the truth will be established based on evidence, not speculation. So we don't have to go on and read this entire article, but the reason why I said this was perfect timing is because, like I said, the girl Allie Carter, she was 15 years old when she went through some of the things that she went through. And y'all, this is a trigger warning. Y'all will find her, her story to be very shocking, very detailed, but it's, it's clean enough for us to watch it here on YouTube. And yeah, I'm pretty sure y'all gonna feel exactly how I felt watching this. If you've never seen this before, you could see the truth in her eyes. All right. You could also see the trauma. But with that being said, y'all, we'll go ahead and jump into that clip. I'll come back. We'll talk about everything and wrap this video up. All right. Check this out.
I have Diddy parties. Those are assault parties, and I was one of the kids that was one of the party favors. And a party favors means that you're set on top of a table and you're used as a toy for anybody who comes across the table or who wants to party at a certain time of night. When the music stops and then the DJ starts flashing all these lights and they close the doors, and then everybody turns into like a frenzy and starts going into a crazed animal-like demonic state, and you have no idea what's going on. And yes, there was a time where I was just like completely don't give a shit because it happened, and I was the type of kid that thought that, you're in the presence of royalty and they make it seem like you're in the presence of Hollywood, so you should be honored and you should be appreciating that you're there. And I was that person. I totally acted like that. I was like, oh, it's fine, it really doesn't matter. But then it really did matter when my pimp was like, he had rules. He had lots of rules, and it was more money. And if you know the difference between a pimp, a John, and a trafficker, the trafficker is the supplier, but the pimp is collecting the money and the John is doing the buying. So if the pimp is saying that full house, actual full-blown sex is it, by the way, kids, don't watch this. Goodbye. I love you. Goodbye. If you found my stuff, get off right now. This is the moment where I'm telling you I'm angry. I forgot to put that reminder in the beginning. Okay, cool. Goodbye. If the pimp paid for if there's rules to full house sex, and there's rules to anal, and there's rules to all kind of different jobs. Okay, so at a certain point I was not brought or traded for anal sex, but that didn't matter to a few celebrities that were there. It's not just celebrities, there's a lot of different people. They called it an all-black party, but it was mainly because a lot of the party favors were black kids. I was in the care of Riverside County Child Protective Services at the time. I was 15, barely 16. 15, 16. It's foggy. A lot happened that night, and I went really numb. And if there's videos or if there's anything that could go from that, then pull them, because we all know that there's so many cameras around. So I can try to post the affidavits and I can put out what happened, but at the same time, what am I supposed to do when nobody's really asking about the kids that are present in these parties now and were then, because they're really just going after all the celebrities and the adults, which I'm happy that we're finally here, and I'm grateful that we're finally pulling the names that need to be pulled and the big fishes that need to be pulled. But at the same time, nobody's asking about the kids and who else is really there. And no, it's just not about all these dudes having sex. They need people to fluff them, which are hand jobs and blow jobs. And those are the kids and the people on the party favors desk. And then on top of that, there's this big ass wheel, and they make it like a carnival thing, and they literally strap you to a wheel and spin it. And then after a certain time, there's sex with animals. And then after a certain time, you have no idea what's happening because you're numb. And if you throw up like I did, then your face is going to be rubbed in and you're going to have to eat it. And then people look at that as a sick fetish too. Blood is a fetish. Throw up is a fetish. Shit is a fetish. So, I have DID, and I went numb after a while. There's a reason for all of my splits, but I just went numb after a minute. And there's times where I just checked out. You can check out for a few hours while somebody is messing with you. It exists, because if you start fighting them back, then you're gonna suffocate or it's gonna hurt worse. So well, for me personally, I checked out. That's how I'm still sitting here. So yeah. And that's not the only thing, because after so many hours of dealing with people, not even dealing with people assaulting you, after so many hours of that, then if you're still okay, then they just make you go to another job like I did. So then you're just transported through the tunnels. Yeah, you don't live in the world you think you do.
All right, y'all. Now, I never, real quick, I've never seen this picture before of Diddy and Biggie. This is crazy. You see how big Biggie was. Obviously, it looked like they might be at some kind of show, maybe a fashion show or something like that. Biggie hand is in his lap, damn near basically sitting in the crotch area. And look at Diddy looking at him with his hand over his hand in his crotch area. That's crazy. To me, this picture right here definitely proves the rumors that he probably turned out Biggie too, man. Diddy like them all. It don't matter. Size, big, small, tall. Diddy will take you down. This is crazy. That's just a crazy picture for his hand to be in that area on top of his hand and then looking at him like that. And it looked like Biggie not even looking at him. On to the clip that we just watched, right? Now, I'm just like y'all, I'm skeptical of people I've never heard or seen before. And, they're talking about they are survivors or victims of, trafficking and, being underage and involved in trafficking and stuff like that. Especially when they're talking about it with, she mentioned Diddy parties and that, she was one of the party favors when she was a minor, basically. She was a young teen. So I'm kind of like y'all, you're going to question stuff like that from someone you've never seen if they're authentic, if this is legit, this is a legit story. And I checked a bunch of videos. I probably, how TikTok get, they'll start copy and pasting and posting the same video over and over and over. And she has different videos going in on different topics as well. And most, everybody, I don't think I saw one comment that said, oh, this is fake, she's lying, or something like that. I thought the craziest comment I saw was that she kind of looks like Diddy. And then when I looked at her, I'm not trying to be funny, she almost looks like Diddy. She kind of got the same eyes a little bit as Diddy. I don't know, it's weird. She kind of resembles Diddy a little bit. It was crazy looking at her, but, I believe her. Even if, we just talk about it in general. She's speaking on stuff that's been going on in the underworld, the underbelly of our reality, and of course in the industry. Speaking on throw up being a fetish, blood, we know that. Shit being a fetish, we know that. Shoot, it's been rumors that these top women in the industry are sold to these billionaires in Dubai, and they, the men like to be shitted on. They pee on the women. They do all kind of disgusting acts, rituals, and sex magic rituals, just all kind of nasty stuff that they do. Very demonic. Things that take you to the, I don't know, just to the bottom of whatever you want to call it. I don't even know if you call those human desires. I just feel like you get that from demons, If you have a fetish with those things, blood, vomit, a woman or a man, shitting on you, is nuts. But this stuff is real. And these celebrities participate in these kind of nasty rituals as well, these sex rituals. Humiliating rituals, they participate in this this is the stuff that's really going on at these parties as well. And, it's almost like she was reliving it as she was telling the story. You can see it in her eyes. Her eyes are like, I don't know if it's just me. It's like you staring into nothing, like a void, like a black void in her eyes. Maybe it was the lighting or something like that, but she has that look of trauma as if she was reliving trauma like every time she tells a story. And I watched multiple videos of her, and she, always looks like that. So that's why I said, I think it's bigger on the topic that goes on for real. It's not just in Hollywood. That's an entire world in itself. We already know that, especially when it involves the little ones, when it involves, minors. We're talking multi-billion-dollar industry. And there are regular girls who've been put through this kind of stuff. They don't have to be victims of like P. Diddy's party, They're just out there in general. So I think that is, a bigger topic to discuss in itself, because it doesn't have to always deal with celebrities. Although, they have so much money, they have so much power, that's the kind of stuff they eventually get into as well. Because now they're talking about this stuff with names and all that, and now it's sounding like Jeffrey Epstein. They're never going to release names of, I would be very surprised. I'd be shocked, actually, if they drop some names. So when they start talking like that, I start being like, 3,000 people came to your office to file, a lawsuit. It's like, I don't know. The way she ended that clip, and said, you don't live in a world that you think you do. It could sound very vague, but a lot of people don't really know about this stuff, y'all. Every day, people call me a conspiracy theorist. Every single day, I see a comment or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 100 of comments of people who just don't believe in this shit. They have no time for it, yet they're under the videos commenting negative stuff. Some people just don't get it. They don't see it. They don't want to see it. So that's how important this stuff really is. Even, with the things going on in this world today, people still don't really see it. So, as minimal, as small as it may sound, when she said that, it felt real. It felt eerie almost, because it's that simple sometimes. You don't live in the world that you think you live in, And for the 80-something% of people out there that are still blinded, that, is the most simple way you can put it without going over someone's head. And like I've said multiple times, a lot of people aren't meant to understand this stuff. So the ones that do, if you're listening right now and you agree, be proud of yourself. Be proud of where you came. Be proud of where you at in life. Be proud of the discernment and wisdom that God has given you. Be proud of that, because you're amongst a very chosen few. It doesn't matter that 5,000 of us agree with each other. We're still a very small amount. So you have to think about that. It's not, it's not that we all know this information and it's just whatever, you can just be like, whatever. No, we are still a very small amount, y'all. So, you should be proud of that discernment that you got. Be proud of that understanding, And at the end of the day, we could just, we try our best for other people to get it the way that we do. So yeah, y'all. I think, I'm going to keep this video short. I did have another clip that I wanted to add, but I think I might put that in the next video that I do. Kind of just wanted to, keep the focus around the topic from the clip. And her name was Allie Carter. So, most of her stuff is like on TikTok. So if y'all want to see anything further, y'all go ahead and look it up. It's not hard to find. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that, man. The new lawsuit with Diddy, and it went right with what she was talking about. So yeah, man, with that being said, it's Black Balloon, and I'm going to see y'all soon. I'm out.